My name is Chris Visions. I've recently been published with Boom Studios doing the title Dead Letters, and also doing my own title called Devils on the Levee, which I published myself in 2013. I decided I want to create comics as a career, I think early on, like when I was a little kid. Just the fact that I was able to, you know, pick up these stories of Batman, especially as a young child. That just kind of like sparked an interest in me. It came from wanting to be a superhero to just drawing them, and then eventually just understanding the medium and help with that as well. I think, especially recently, I have to credit the biggest influence on my career to Carrie Talbot, who was a teacher of mine at VCU. I'd always had that passion for comics growing up as a kid. You know, you go to college and the focus is to make a career out of it. And I think early on, comics are kind of like looked down upon, or, you know, you better get a second job. And he really pushed me into making that, if that's my dream, to go after it as my first passion. He's always told me to work on my legacy. And just seeing how hard he worked as well when he was in the field, it just inspired me, and he always was looking out for me, and he was always a strong rock for me to lean on. So I definitely would say Crawdad Jones, Carrie Talbot, that was him. I think the elements of my work that give me the most personal satisfaction is when I can communicate something to someone, whether it's a feeling or a mood, or if I can put myself in it as much as possible. You know, starting off, I think I did a lot of work that makes you feel like a pair of hands, or it doesn't allow you to like exercise your creative thoughts. And now that I'm working in comics, you know, and you have like, you know, the right editors, the right writer, they're willing to be like, oh yeah, absolutely, I can see how you would do that. Or even if it's an idea that they weren't comfortable with or didn't think of, the fact that they realize it's like you're a team and you can like add things into the pot, and then it makes this like completely different thing. I think that's really rewarding. He's just been really awesome. Like, it's cool when you can find somebody who's on the same wavelength as you creatively, and that they're willing to like bring things to the table or accept you bringing things to the table. And it's not about like egos, it's just about we want to make something good and something entertaining. And the fact that he's like close by constantly, I can just text him, he'll send me an idea that he has, and I like flip out and lose it because I'm so excited. Some of the crazy stuff that he comes up with for Dead Letters has been really exciting, and making this whole process like worth it, I feel like. The most important big idea, I feel like I'm still figuring those things out. There's always things you feel like you are aware of, or things that you know about yourself, even when you're working in a certain scenario. But I mean, the fact that I'm doing like a monthly book now is changing out like my work ethic and my work response, and like trusting yourself, I feel like, is another big thing. Trusting your gut instincts, and that's with anything in life. Or even the fact that if you have stuff that happens in your life to you or around you, using that in your creative process and not trying to make it a separate thing. Like realizing that everything that you're involved in is a part of you, and you shouldn't like separate them. So I've been more rewarded with my work when I've been making it more personal and not so much trying to distance myself from it.